Gentlemen, I need to ruin something for you. Most of the things men think women notice, we don't. The giant muscles, the loud cars, the watches that look like they could survive an asteroid impact. Most of the time, wrong. But every once in a while, a man wears something that makes me stop and look twice. And this Omega is one of those things. The funny part is most men have absolutely no idea why. Now hear me out. Because this isn't about money, this isn't about status, and it definitely isn't about impressing women by waving your wrist around like you're directing airport traffic. This watch does something way more dangerous. It creates mystery. And gentlemen, mystery is where attraction lives. This is why James Bond works so well. You see, nobody remembers the loudest guy in the room. The guy everybody does remember usually isn't the loudest. Today we are talking about the Omega Seamaster 007 60th anniversary watch, and I'm going to explain why women notice it, why most men misunderstand what makes a watch attractive, and why this watch gets away with things other luxury watches can't, and why a man wearing this Omega is often more interesting than a man wearing a watch that costs 3 times as much. So ladies, please don't revoke my membership, and gentlemen, welcome to the briefing. So let me tell you a story. So a few weeks ago, I was sitting in a restaurant. One man was wearing a watch that probably cost more than my first car. The other was wearing something much more understated. Guess which one I noticed? Not the most expensive one, the other one. And that's when I realized something. Men confuse attention with attraction. Those are not the same thing. A neon sign gets attention. A mystery gets attraction. One makes people look, the other makes people curious. And curiosity is incredibly powerful. Do you know what curiosity does? Curiosity keeps somebody looking. Curiosity creates questions. Curiosity starts conversations. This Omega is a curiosity watch. It's not screaming, it's whispering. And somehow, that's even louder. So gentlemen, here is the uncomfortable truth. Many luxury watches are trying way too hard. There, I said it. Most luxury watches walk into a room like a guy at a party telling everybody he's an entrepreneur. Nobody asked, nobody cares. Somehow he is still telling us. This watch knows exactly what it is. The blue dial, the wave pattern, the proportions, the mesh bracelet. Nothing here feels desperate. Everything feels intentional. And gentlemen, women can detect desperation from a whole other dimension. It's practically our superpower. The reason this watch works is because it never feels like it's trying to prove something. And confidence without needing validation, that's attractive. Now, how about we address the tuxedo-wearing elephant in the room, James Bond? Because every man who buys a Bond watch goes through some type of transformation. You put it on, you look in the mirror, and suddenly your posture changes. You start standing differently, walking differently. You order a drink you've never had before. Now you're staring off in the distance like MI6 just called. Sir, you're at Costco. Relax. But here's why Bond matters. Not because women recognize the watch. Honestly, most don't. The reason Bond matters is because Bond represents something that most women have always admired. Confidence, competence, style, and adventure. A man that walks into a room and looks completely comfortable in his own skin. That's confidence. And that is the fantasy. That is what Omega understood with this watch. So here is the classified information. The thing women notice usually isn't the watch itself. It's what the watch says about you. The watch is evidence. That's all it is, evidence. The Omega says you appreciate quality, that you notice details, that you don't need attention from everybody, that you have enough confidence to choose something subtle. Now, are all those things necessarily true? Of course not. But first impressions are stories, and this watch tells a very good story. Now, for the funniest part of this entire watch hobby, the people most likely to compliment your luxury watch are other men. Every time. Every single time. You buy an Omega, you go on dates, nothing. Coffee shop, nothing. Airport, nothing. Then suddenly some guy appears out of nowhere. Hey, nice Seamaster. How did he know? Where did he come from? I swear they spawn anytime a luxury watch enters the room. But here is the difference. Most men compliment the watch, but women notice the effect. So let's answer the question, shall we? Does this watch make women notice? Yes. Not because it's expensive, not because it's rare, not because it's James Bond. It gets noticed because it communicates something. Restraint, taste, confidence, mystery, and those things are far more attractive than most men realize. The Omega 007 60th anniversary understands most things most luxury watches don't. Power doesn't always have to be loud. Sometimes the most interesting man in the room isn't the one demanding attention. Sometimes it's the one making people curious. And gentlemen, curiosity is a very dangerous thing, especially when a woman starts asking questions. And this watch, it asks all the right questions. If you own one of these watches, tell me down below. And if you're thinking about buying one, just remember, the watch can create the mystery. What happens next? That's still up to you. This channel is about watches and what they communicate. Confidence, status, taste, attraction, success. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe. You're going to fit right in here. And remember, a good watch tells time, a great watch tells a story. I'll see you in the next video.